Testing, 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 testing. Testing, testing the microphone. Speaks. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Marcus Speaks Live, the best podcast in the land, where we get to talk about damn near everything underneath the sun, including everything and everything. So, people, a little bright on this screen, so 1 second. Something I didn't check before I came. Alright, so, people, we got some things to go through tonight, and I am happy to be here tonight, as well as you should as well. So, get things going, everybody. The link to come and talk to me is in the chat, pinned to the top. So I will go over that in just a second. But for right now, if you're paying attention to your screen, the bottom of your screen, the scrolling tick, that is for you. Once you see the space come up, that starts the whole thing over. Read through that. And if you have any suggestions, anything like that, go ahead and follow me on social media. Everything that you are looking for is in the description box below. See, there goes the gap right there. As well, if you could, like it says on the lower third here, if you could like this video, share this video, and subscribe if you are new. And hit that bell icon to all if you are new here. Also, you can write something in the chat. Talk to me. I like to talk to y'all back with everything that I have planned to talk to you guys tonight about, as well as, if you could, go ahead and follow me here, subscribe to me on Facebook. I said Facebook, sorry, on YouTube, with my main channel, which Marcus Speaks Live lives, is on Marcus Speaks, channel Marcus Speaks, as well as my gaming channel, Marcus Speaks Play, where I also go over that gameplay over here on Marcus Speaks as well. And if you really don't like watching game videos on YouTube, you can watch me on Twitch. I'm on Twitch as well. So at www.twitch.tv/Marcus Speaks Productions, or you can just go into the app, hit the search bar, and type in Marcus Speaks Productions, all one word, and you'll be able to find it. All right. If you would like to come and talk to me tonight about the topics that I have for you tonight, there's a link in the description box that you can hit. You can come up here and talk to me about every topic that I present tonight. There are 3 rules. The first rule I don't have written down. This rule that I'm about to go over, I don't have written down. You'll only get maybe, like, depending on how the conversation's going, you'll get 3 to 5 minutes. All right. Depending on how the conversation's going, you may get more. All right. But the very first rule, if you want to come up here and talk to me, if you hit the link, is you must be on camera. All right? There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. You must be on camera. All right? Number 2, if you don't want to be on camera, you still have to be on camera here in the background. All right? Like I said, there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. To the public, if you don't want to be shown, that's fine. There's a private chat back here. Once you come up here, you can hit write your name in first, hyphen I don't want to be on camera. To the public, write that in the private chat, and as I'm going through you guys, I'll see who does and who doesn't want to be on camera. Do not start a conversation back here, all right? But if you just let me know those details and I'll get to you accordingly. And rule number 3 is this: please silence all background noise. I do not want to hear you talking to someone else. I don't want to hear the your favorite TV show or song or whatever, your baby screaming, dogs barking, husband or wife, girlfriend, boyfriend yelling at you. I don't want to hear none of that. All right. So please go to a nice secluded spot in the house or make your surroundings as silent as possible, and you'll be able to come up. And lastly, this is all I have is please, again, like this video, share this video, and subscribe if you are new here, and hit that bell icon to all so you can get all of my notifications once I go live. All right? Now, everybody, if you guys haven't been on this show before, you would know when I do this show, I have certain points that I like to make, and when I make those points, I usually have a video that goes along with it. So instead of me harping to you guys about why I'm doing this and blah blah blah, now I'll just let you guys know about the YouTube policy of fair use and fair use law all at the same time. All right, and this is fair use. Hello, everyone. I'm going to tell you about fair use. It's the law. Warning. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyright motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 USC 107. All right, y'all, that's fair use. And to get everything started, did you guys see earlier this week Trump had his Palm Beach house, Mar-a-Lago. He had his beach house raided by the FBI of all people to get your or of all entities, law enforcement entities, to get your house raided by is them, which is weird to me that happened. And why did it happen? They're saying it's because of nuclear codes that he may have in his possession. But here, here's my whole thing with that. He I know that he didn't pack himself up come when Biden was being elected. You know, when one president leaves the White House and the next one comes in. I know when he left on Air Force Two, he did not pack his own boxes to go home. That's to even say he probably didn't have all of his belongings with him because he owns so many hotels. He owns so many houses, probably on the eastern seaboard as well as on the west coast. He probably didn't even need excuse me, he probably didn't even need to have anything there. He probably just woke up in the morning, went to one of his hotels, traveled to one of his hotels, got dressed and everything, and then went back to DC to or wherever he was to, go about his business. I'm pretty sure as the president, he did not have himself to the point to where he had all of his belongings with him. He's a freaking what? Uh, Donald Trump's what, a billionaire or something like that. He probably didn't even need to have all of his stuff there with him. So that's going on right now, which in some cases people are screaming, well, along with the protesters, that was a very messed up situation. And if the Biden administration was behind this, they are in big trouble. Of which one person, I believe I don't know if he's a part of the Biden administration, if not the the head of the FBI. Somebody came out either Thursday, if not yesterday, saying yes, I was the one who signed off on that raid, which, if you guys didn't know, the judge who signed the warrant was Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer. If you guys did not know that, he is an old friend of Jeffrey Epstein. He somehow or another was able to uh be he was some way, I don't know, somehow he was able to he was able to get that cracking for everybody. So, hey man, shit happens, stuff goes on, life goes on, who knows? We may not even know who the fuck was really behind this at the end of all of it. So, but I know one thing. They're trying to stop Trump from running for president in 2024 because if you don't know, we're on have somebody what's up, man? How you doing? Musa Bronze? Yo, yeah, we don't know on the real who was really behind this. So, it's a possibility that some way or another. Look, we're in a midterm election this year. As you know, the January 6th stuff is happening this year, and no one's paying attention to this foolishness. So it's like no one fucking cares right now about what they're saying in there. They're indicting people, yes. People are going to jail, yeah. But we don't care as American people, like at all. So, another thing is, Trump sort of kind of in a way said that yes, he is running for re-election. So maybe this was all a ploy to stop him from running because he'll have legal issues in the future. So let's hit him now so he's not able to run again. Hey, I don't know. Maybe that's the fact, but they're protesting as we speak. I guess near Trump's Mar-a-Lago home. But hey, man, we'll only know what happens once it happens. So, hey, more to that story in the future. But let's move on. We're still in the pre-show or whatever. So if you guys don't know, there was a bill that was up in the air for probably a few months now called the Inflation Reduction Act, which we'll go over a few things. It goes over climate, health, and taxes. So it's a $430 billion climate, health, and tax overhaul. Somehow or another, they're going to try to stop inflation by taxing shit. I don't know how that would happen, but if you don't know, we're in a bit of a pickle in this country. We have inflation going on, and the Biden administration rewrote what a recession is, but right this minute, since just like mid-July, we've been in a recession. So, but let's go over what's going on with this. So, with climate, it's an extended tax credit for energy production and investment in climate such as nuclear, hydrogen, wind, solar, and geothermal. So, they basically want a lot of investors to start investing in these green energy sources of which that they can run. As you know, most of these use fossil fuels. One of the things is that they want, which if you guys haven't really paid attention to me lately, what's happening with that is that by 2030 they want everyone in an electric car. Well, I think now the deadline with that is by 2026. Is that they want everyone in energy. I mean, in a battery powered car. But let's be honest with that. You're gonna be sitting at that charger using what? Fossil fuels, which is another form of energy. So, what does it matter, right? So, let's move on. With health, allows Medicare to negotiate prices for some drugs for the first time starting in 2026. The bill caps out of pocket drug costs at $2,000 a year for seniors on Medicare, which I believe they'll be saving $2,000 a year. So starting in 2025, well, I believe that starts in 2025. So the bill also caps patients' insulin costs at $35 a month, but only for seniors on Medicare. So I guess if you have kids, there's no exceptions. Which, if you guys don't know, I believe the EpiPen, which is a form of insulin, I believe, that's like at a $2,000 price tag right now, which that's been the most expensive it's been in years, and this happened like 6-7 years ago. The EpiPen has gone up in price, as well as some parents can't afford these things, so it's like, why are you taxing why are you taxing the American people so hard? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just ridiculous. So, the bill was passed yesterday in the House. The House passed the bill. Biden will be signing off on that sometime next week. So after he signs off and it becomes law, all bets are off, people. We're gonna have to start figuring out how we gonna get certain amenities that they want us to have, such as electric cars and stuff like that. But if you guys have paid attention to the World Economic Forum and their plan for the world, then you probably know as much as I do when it comes to that sort of thing of what they're planning in this Green New Deal and what else? Which I believe this is part of the Green New Deal, as well as Build Back Better plan and all that. Like a whole bunch of foolishness that we don't even fucking need right now. But that's neither here nor there. We'll get to it whenever we get to it. So, with the tax part of this bill, the bill introduces new taxes on corporations to pay for climate and healthcare measures. It allocates $80 billion to boost enforcement at the IRS. Now, 87,000 new IRS agents will be employed, right? Why? Now, if you guys didn't pay attention to one of my shows, I started out my show when I do my pre-show. I started out the pre-show with, I believe it was an MSNBC video of them asking this question: why the hell is the IRS stockpiling ammunition and firearms? Well, this is the reason why. 87,000 new employees will be employed within the coming months. With that also being said, the job description is more or less just like law enforcement. That's what the job description's asking. It's, are you in good health? Will you be able to work on work overtime? Will you be able to work holidays? Will you be able to take up tasks that are life threatening? All of this stuff. And it's like, why? Why the hell is the IRS of all government entities, which, IRS, if you really are into the conspiracy type thing, The IRS is just as Federal Express. That's what I was told once before. But yeah, 87,000 new employees. They will be carrying firearms, and they probably will be rolling in police interceptors such as Grand Marquis or Ford Crown Vics. So be on the lookout for unmarked IRS agent cars in the near future as well. So make sure you're up on your taxes, because their thing is that, well, we're going to be taxing the rich. The rich isn't going to be getting away with this. Look, all of these senators and all of these, people in Congress or government, all these people are rich. So you're going to be going after yourself? Nah, what I believe that they're going to do, they're going to be going after the little guy, the person who's middle class or upper middle class, maybe even poor and lower class. So what's up, Maybach Mel? How you doing, homie? But look, this is what I'm saying. They're not going to go after themselves. That'll be dumb. They're going to go after the poor, the middle class, the lower middle class, the middle class and upper middle class. That's who they're going to be going after. So stay up on your taxes, on the real. Like, stay up on your taxes. And try to beat this inflation as much as possible. But speaking on inflation, ladies, y'all can't be having dudes fly y'all out and y'all ain't giving up none of that beat up snatch that y'all been giving everybody else. Like, it's ridiculous to the fact that nowadays dudes just be horny alone off of looking at your Instagram photos alone. This is this new breed of dudes these days. They could have never did what we would have never did none of this shit back. I would say back in my time, because I'll be 34 this year. So as far as, like, as Kevin Samuels says, the sexual marketplace, in my personal opinion, isn't for the 30-year-olds and up. It's for the late teens, 18, 19, and all of the 20-year-olds. That's what I believe the sexual marketplace is, because you're trying to find that certain somebody and then have a family. That's just how I think. But these niggas nowadays get horny alone off of your Instagram photos, right? So, and they ready to go. They ready to, fuck all the time just by looking at Instagram photos, right? So let me speak to the dudes out there. If y'all flying these girls out, right, and you paying these high ass plane ticket prices, perfect, because what that money's allocating to is fuel costs, if anything, right? And then the profit for the company. And then once you get her there, you gotta pay for gas to get to the airport and get home with her. And also, you gotta feed her, so you either gotta have food in the house or you gotta take her out. And nigga, you gotta have snacks, because after a bitch, stops fucking you, if she goes to the kitchen and you ain't got no snacks, nigga, what the fuck is you on? Nigga, who the fuck raised you? All right? Now, with that being said, because all of this, what I'm talking about, is because of inflation. Just know, if you're letting her stay at the house and she's walking around, well, this is more so for the ladies. Ladies, if he's letting you stay at his house and you walking around him butt ass naked with that fine ass body you got, and you're dripping wet, fresh out the shower, and he's taking you to dinner and all of this, just know, It's nothing personal. It's all business. All right. So with that being said, people, and I'm really not saying, ladies, to fuck these dudes, but just look at it. Just look at it like this: if you fuck them real good and you ghost them, you won't have to worry about shit. But I believe this young lady didn't understand the program, so this is what she had to go through when she decided not to fuck this guy.
Hell no, you done flew all the way out. Look, y'all, she done flew all the way out here.
You really gonna record me?
Nah, I'm recording this shit. They need to know.
You really gonna record me?
Nah, they need to know. I done flew her all the way out to LA. She
Nigga,
don't give me no cheeks.
Nigga,
We done been FaceTiming. Come on, we been FaceTiming every day.
I don't give a fuck.
No, we been FaceTiming every day.
And you really taking me all the way back to the fucking airport? You really taking me back to the airport?
Yes, you going to the fucking airport. Yes, you going.
And you taking me back to the airport because of what? Tell me why.
Give me no cheeks.
Nigga, I'm not fucking obligated to give you no what?
Now, did you hear what he said? Now, just to say, he's a bitch ass nigga for all of this. He's a bitch ass nigga. Because you should never think at any circumstance that a woman should be giving you her box just because you're around. You shouldn't be thinking like that, number one. Number two, you didn't make it to where when y'all was on the FaceTime, where she was probably beating off to her and all this other bullshit, probably sending her dick pics and all that goofy shit. And this is what he gets. Now, what she said is important. I don't have to fuck you. Cool. You don't. But you will be going back to this airport, because if I get fucked, then there's a problem, all right? Because panties come off once you come through my door, all right? Let's keep going.
I flew you out.
Nigga, what are you talking about? Nigga, you're lame as fuck. No, you're lame as fuck. No, you're fucking lame. You're lame. Just take me to the fucking airport. Just get me there. Just get me there.
Walk around my crib, titties out, and stuff like that, taking showers in my shower.
Nigga, it's my body. What are you talking about?
I don't care. You can't.
I don't.
Hear what he said? Your titties all out and shit, and I ain't fucking on shit. Yeah, well, ladies, check this out. It's nothing personal. It's all business. All right? I'm possibly going to be having you out here. I'm going to be buying you nice shit while you out here. I might buy a few outfits. Just because of the player that I am. You know what I'm saying? I'll buy you shit. You know what I'm saying? I'll have you, at the house looking, having you, dripped up real nice. Gonna have some nice lingerie just for my enjoyment. You know what I'm saying? I'll make sure I get all your measurements and shit like that. I'm just saying. So when you're, walking around the house, I got some eye candy to look at, and I ain't gonna be sitting here looking whack my damn self. I'm gonna make sure I got a fresh haircut, my beard looking nice and oiled for you. You know what I mean? For you to run your fingers through. Just saying, it's nothing personal. It's all business. Now, I'm not saying I buy pussy, because I believe niggas is pussy who do buy pussy. I'm just saying, indirectly, in a way, I'm buying the cat. So it's gonna have to be a compromise somewhere. Let's keep going.
To give you my coochie? Are you okay?
No,
I don't have to give you my coochie.
Laying in my bed? No. You about to get dropped off.
Nigga.
At the airport.
Oh, I don't even know why the fuck I came here.
She didn't want to give me no cheeks.
Nigga, get the fuck out of here. Stop recording me.
She didn't want to give me no cheeks.
Stop recording me, nigga.
Don't fly her out.
Give me the phone.
Watch out. Don't take my phone.
Stop recording me.
No. Don't fly her out. Look, don't fly her out.
Bruh, you...
She ain't talking about no cheeks. I've been FaceTiming her.
This is my cheeks, nigga. This is my ass and my coochie. What are you talking about?
I've been FaceTiming her for 2 months.
I don't have to give you no... Nigga, just get me there. I don't care.
And she's right in all of this. It's her cheeks. She ain't got to give the shit up to nobody. You know what I mean? This is all hers. But, ladies, playing a dangerous game when these dudes is flying you out. They expect you to go the whole 9 with them. You know what I'm saying? Even if you guys only been talking for a month, they expect the whole 9 from you. This is why y'all need to quit getting flued the fuck out. Isn't that what y'all say? Y'all need to stop getting flued the fuck out if y'all ain't gonna conduct yourselves as businesswomen. All right.
I don't care, nigga. I don't care about none of that shit. I don't care about none of that
my
shit.
meat out on FaceTime, shit, flirting and stuff. You want a free trip? You want a free trip?
You wanted to whip your wiener out, nigga. I ain't asked you to put it in the fucking camera.
Okay, I'm about to whip over here and jump your ass up too.
Whatever, nigga. Just get me there.
Did I not say that he was beating the fuck off on camera? Did I not say that? Now look, this is the thing. I haven't watched this video all the way through. I just seen what other people was talking about online, and I just basically like passed through. I was like, okay, this is an interesting enough video to go over. I'll go over it, but I haven't seen the whole thing. I just made assumptions as I was writing my show, and it seems as though my assumptions are right. So
I don't even know why the fuck I came here. I don't even know why I came here.
Why you came either.
You're a lame ass nigga. You're a lame ass nigga. You a lame ass nigga.
You shouldn't even came. You knew you wanted that shit. You shouldn't even came. You should have said
you can't get no coochie?
What?
You flew me out here to get coochie?
Yes. I did.
Nigga, come on.
Yes, I flew you out for the coach.
It's cool. You're lame.
I flew you out for the
You're lame. And I will never talk to you again. Nigga, just get me there.
Alright, whatever.
The fuck?
Hey, y'all about to drop her ass off.
Yeah, drop me off, nigga.
Y'all ever see her out? Don't fly her out.
Drop me off, nigga. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
You don't. Okay, you don't. You getting dropped off.
I don't care, nigga.
Watch out.
You know what I'm saying? She cute, got the lashes done.
That shit kind of, I'm just saying that shit.
No, you're lame. You're really lame.
No, I'm saying what you did was lame.
What was lame?
What you did.
Because I don't want to give up my coochie to
we
you.
on the phone, FaceTime.
Nigga, you're weird. Nigga, you're weird.
I flew you out.
I don't give a fuck, nigga. I could have paid for my own shit, and I still would not have gave you no coochie. So what are you talking about? Nigga, nigga, you lame as fuck. No, you lame as fuck.
I'll fly her out, pay for her food, she wanna take a shower, walk around in my room with a towel on. I can't get the cheeks though. I can't get the cheeks though.
You thirsty, nigga.
As I was writing this show, I was just making assumptions, right? I said earlier before I played this video that if y'all gonna be walking around butt ass naked in niggas' houses, glistening with that water dripping up off you, what the fuck did he just say? Your titties all out, coming out the job, blah, 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 blah. I'm a genius. All right, I'm sorry. I'm a genius.
You a thirsty nigga.
Right here, Spirit Airlines.
Get me the fuck out of here.
Your little ticket at Spirit Airlines.
What you mean?
Your ass Spirit.
What you mean pay for my little ticket at?
I paid for your ticket to get here. Who else paid for your ticket to get? I paid for it.
Nigga, whatever.
Alright, just quiet.
Get me out this fucking car. Cause you're lame as fuck.
Quiet right now.
Whatever. I'm about to get out of my shit.
You fucking crash and burn us. Get the fuck out of here. Lame ass nigga, cause you ain't getting no fucking coochie.
Get out.
Nigga,
get out my car.
Whatever. Just
get out my car.
Just make sure you give me my fucking confirmation number.
What? Ain't no confirmation number.
What you mean?
Ain't no confirmation number. I cancel the flight. I cancel the flight. Buy your own ticket. You make sure I come with the cheeks. Nah.
Yeah.
Get your bag. I ain't need your bag. Here, your bag right there.
I came here with nothing. Are you serious?
I'm cool. Go. I'm dead serious. You ain't want to give me no cheeks? You got a deal.
Nigga, you're lame as fuck. Because you can't get no coochie.
I'm saying you gotta go. You gotta go. I'm not paying for your ticket. I'm not paying for none of that shit.
I don't care about none of that shit. You're lame as fuck.
Now, who's the white people waving in the background? Is this set up? Like, what the fuck's happening right now?
You can't get no pussy?
Alright, buy your own ticket. Buy your own ticket. Buy your own ticket. She got buy your own ticket now. Buy yourself out. I done flew her ass out, now she don't give me no cheeks. You feel me? I done flew her out. I paid the money to get her flew out. Lights is hot. She don't call no cheeks.
I don't understand what the hell is happening right now. I guess we can say that in a way, he got what he deserved. because this is what you shouldn't be expecting when you're flying people out that you don't know. All right? So, a crazy ending to a horrible story for a man who thought he was going to get himself the buns. And he was going to get some, but I guess. Now, that concludes the pre-show, people. So let's get into today's show, all right? Quick overview. I will be going over a situation that's going on TikTok with predators. So it's some strange shit happening on TikTok that I don't think everybody knows about. Now, from my searches of me looking up this stuff, it's been going on for quite some time now. So I'm gonna bring it to you guys since I got up on game. I'm gonna tell you guys as well. Also gonna go over the Irv Gotti situation that happened last week on Drink Champs, and him bringing up a certain somebody he used to date while being married. It's the princess of hip hop and R&B, of which I'm speaking of. I will be going over that interview, and lastly, I will be going over the Ethiopian Calendar. This is something that I came up on, which is also something that's been going on TikTok as well. So I'll be covering all of that tonight. Like I said earlier, if you guys would like to come up here and talk to me about any of these topics, the link is in the description, not in the description box, the link is in the chat. Hit the link. There's 3 rules. I went over those 3 rules earlier. I'll go over these 3 rules again. Rule number 1 is you must be on camera. Rule number 2 is if you don't want to be on camera, there's a private chat back here. You have to be on camera. Coming back to the backstage, write in the private chat back here, but don't create a conversation. Just have your name that you have back here and say, I would not like to be on camera. And when I see that, I'll let you know once you're about to come up so you can turn your camera off, and then we can get into the discussion. The discussion will take 3 to 5 minutes. That's how much time you have. You don't have to use the whole time. If the conversation gets good, I will keep you longer, okay? And the third rule is please silence all background noise, okay? Please silence all background noise. If you haven't already, please do this right now. Like this video, share this video, and subscribe if you're new. Hit that bell icon so also you can get all of my notifications once I go live. Now, I want to bring I want to salute some people real fast that's here with me right now. So, Muso Bronze, how you doing? Salute to you, sir. And Maybach Mel, how you doing, sir? Please, people, if you haven't already subscribed to Maybach Mel has some good content over there on his channel. Please subscribe to him as well. All right, now, let's get into this first topic. So, TikTok has a predator problem, and if you guys have children, I suggest you now, after hearing this, go and check some of the things that they're doing on that phone that you pay for every month. All right. So number 1, some bullet points I want to go over real fast is TikTok, by a select few of women who are on the site, are accusing the app of being a den for pedophiles. Now, I have done a show about pedophilia. This is during, I believe it was after my first year or around my first year that I started YouTube. Is I did a show about what you don't know about pedophilia, and I will be posting that show in the card section that will be shown on top of me. I will put that into this show, so you can go back to it and watch that show. I give you everything that you need to know about what you don't know about pedophilia. Also, they are also going over that, in a conspiracy sort of realm of this TikTok predator thing. They're also saying, allegedly, that it has a satanic pedo ring going on there. So I don't know how much of a validity of truth that is, but I believe you guys can make your own assumptions of what you hear tonight. And also, there are sharings of photos and videos privately by sharing account information to other maps. If you guys don't know what maps are minor attracted persons. I'll go over that as well in that what you do not know about pedophilia show as well. So, yeah, man. Let's get into this. So first, I have for you guys is a video of I believe her name is Drama Queen. Drama Queen goes over a little of what I'm going to be going over tonight. I probably won't play this whole thing, but if there's more context that needs to be made, I'll make sure I play the whole video. So here we go. This is Drama Queen going over posting in private needs to end.
Is such an important topic that we are going to be discussing today, especially if you are a parent or you are an auntie or an uncle to some young kids. This is just something you have to watch, especially even if you don't have kids. It's something everyone needs to know about because it's flying under everybody's radar at the moment, and I cannot let it go on much longer. Have you heard of the term posting in private? What does that term actually mean? Teenagers and or adults are making accounts and being like, hi, I will give you the username and password to this account if you post explicit videos of yourself, is basically what is happening on TikTok. So what's happening at the moment is there are people who are having other people aged 10 to 17 years old, boys and girls, posting lewd videos of themselves to these accounts for the pleasure of these fucking adults. That's what this term means, posting in private. I mean, even when you look it up here on TikTok, there is like keywords that people are trying to put in because this is a serious like kind of underground movement, I guess you could call it, that is happening right in front of our faces. The people who actually make these accounts are recruiting people almost every single day so that these sickos can view the private videos, like, you know, the drafts on TikTok of CP. Because what's being reported is that these videos contain minors playing with themselves. That is just, I can't even believe I've just said that. This is something that really needs to be taken seriously, especially because there are only very few people on TikTok who are talking about this. Here is even a screenshot. I'm just going to put it up here. Hello, all my girls. Does anyone want to join this private account and post in private? Say me in the comments and then I'll DM you. Rules. Don't change the past. Don't delete others' videos. Post at least one video to stay in the profile. When you make a video, then the first 3 seconds of the video have to be a black screen so we don't get banned. And do you know what happens? Do you want to know what happens here? Because social media for young people is just getting more addictive. You know, I am very much an emitter of, yeah, I'm pretty addicted to my phone. However,
now check this out. I'll go over, I believe in that video, if not, if I didn't go over it a little bit, there is a video that I did do of a Joe Rogan interview that he did with a college professor that made a study of the addictions of kids on social media. In one of his graphs, which he has it to where he splits the age groups up between, I believe it's 9 through maybe 12, 13 to 18, and then 18 to 21, and then I think it goes up. So as far as like addiction rate, suicide, and something else that was on there. Girls and women are at a much higher rate of addiction and suicide because they're on there. They're looking at these girls that are on Instagram and all these other social media websites, and they're presenting themselves with I have the best life ever, and that's the type of life that they want, and all of this. It's very upsetting that he had to make that study, but it does shed light on things that as parents you guys should know when it comes to having kids in this new realm. Because when I was growing up, the internet had just introduced itself. When I was around maybe like 9, 10, maybe 11 years old, that's when the internet started becoming the thing. This is when all of these internet companies started to blossom, and it was traded on NASDAQ and the stock market and stuff like that. All of these startup internet companies and stuff like that. All of these, the .com boom is what they called it. So rolling forward, when I was in high school, YouTube and MySpace became the thing. First social media networks, then your Facebooks, your Twitters, Instagrams came after that. And since then, we've been in quite a fucking drama-filled world by being on these social networks. But who knew that it would come to a point to where we have to, with our children, have to look at their phones to see if they have, what's going on in their world or whatever. Especially with these pedophiles, because I remember a time I had to check this guy on my nephew's PlayStation because he was having him. Well, he was telling him to go to porn sites and look up certain porn. So my nephew told me, and I sat on the microphone and told him, go ahead, play the game. If he pops up, I'll talk to him. So he started playing the same game as my nephew, and he was like, hey, did you look at that stuff? I said, nah, I ain't look at it. Who the fuck is this? Right? And I said, check this out, dog. I'm gonna get your IP address. I'm gonna get your real address from your IP address, and I'm gonna come see you. Let's just say he never messaged my nephew again. And this is the type of stuff that you guys should be on top of as well. I don't have my own children personally, but I do have 3 nephews and a niece, and I'll go to war for them if I have to. So by me doing that, it let my nephew know, look, dog, I got your back. You ain't got to worry about anything in this world when it comes to the bullshit like this. I got you. All right. So with that being said, he never messaged my nephew again. I blocked him as a person that can see my nephew's profile on his PSN, and we haven't had any issues since then. So let's continue this video, and I won't probably talk anymore.
Because social media is basically all about validation for these young people. I mean, I'm only 20 myself and I have gone through so much of that, and I am not afraid to admit that either. But what will happen is that kids will see these things and they probably don't get enough attention at home. They don't really receive the kind of validation or love that they are looking for. So they go looking for that in other places. And
I would say that's true. This is why. Look at how many women on a daily basis are posting photos of them either in the gym in a nice revealing outfit, showing their curves and stuff like that, them being out twerking, all of this is attention seeking. They want validation that they're pretty, because they probably was never told that they were pretty growing up. They want validation from people to let them know, hey, I see you. You look good. Which all of that should have been taught in the household. As a woman, you shouldn't need, and I would say as a male too, you shouldn't need validation from other people other than your family. If your family didn't tell you, hey, you're a nice looking person, you'll make a nice husband, nice wife when you grow up, or whatever that it is, they should know all this stuff already. They shouldn't have to seek validation from strangers. And this is what this social media thing has done since its inception. Or the internet 2.0 age of the internet, which we're in right now. Or are we in 3.0? It's either 2.0 or 3.0 that we're in.
These places are very dark, and it is very, very scary, especially because you just don't know who's out there viewing this kind of stuff, and you don't know who is out there willing to do things to you because they saw a video of you like that. It is a very sad world.
Kind of what the dude in the very first video that I showed you did. He saw all of those photos, flew her out, and then he was taking her back to the airport. It's crazy that she brought something up like that in this video, and they're not connected in any way.
Out here, look at how many kids get caught up in stuff like this, and in the moment it seems so meaningless and it seems so harmless because it's just like, who cares, whatever, no one's gonna find out. But it's just so unsafe, obviously, to be partaking in shit like this as a minor. I mean, when you're an adult, do whatever you want with your body because that's your body, your choice. However, when you're a minor, it's just like there are laws and morals and values and all these kind of things in place to protect these kids, and it just seems like this is just going under everyone's radar. And I mean, I can't blame anyone because barely anyone is talking about it, but please just look out for any young ones that are in your life, especially with the term posting in private. I mean, just listen out for it and whatnot. I am truly disgusted with where the world is heading at the moment, and I just hope to see some change for the greater good soon. Thank you so much for your time.
All right, so that's that. I believe I have another video of her later on in this segment. But let's get into an article that I got from BuzzFeed News. It was posted back in 2019, but then they updated it again in 2020. And it basically just has like an overview of what all of this is. So it goes, the same mechanisms that have turned TikTok into this year's fastest growing social media app have brought with them a dark side, sexual predation. In an era when the failure of social media giants to police their platforms have gone from a scandal to a fact of life, a network of young women is springing up to combat the exploitation that seems inseparable from the Chinese-owned app's explosive success. Sorry. One of the most popular kinds of videos from TikTok users who are mostly young and female, are lip sync videos where they dance and sing along with their favorite songs. These performances are sometimes sexualized by older men who lurk on the app, sending the young creators explicit messages, and in some cases remixing the videos and dancing along with them via a TikTok feature called Duet. And the platform doesn't just overlook this kind of conduct like YouTube. Its core mechanics inadvertently facilitates. All social media platforms, TikTok is optimized for engagement, algorithmical steering users to content via a For You page that works like if Facebook's news feed were curated like Netflix's landing page. It learns what you like and shows you more of it. It also reacts in real time, delivering an endless stream of similar videos, even if you aren't logged on. If some creepy guy just keeps liking videos of younger girls doing similar audios or soundtracks or hashtags, those are going to keep coming up on his For You page. Said an 18-year-old user named Liz W, who goes by BitHo G on the app, and spoke on the condition her full last name not be used. So it's easier for him to find more victims, and I think that's what makes it so easy for predators to come on it and victimize young children. To fight this, a DIY effort to police TikTok has emerged, with women at the heart of the DIY effort, collecting allegations and evidence of sexual misconduct, blasting it out across YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, bagging and tagging the older men trying to prey on them. They say they have to protect each other on TikTok because they don't have faith in the company's ability to keep its users safe. Well, we have to get into one thing. TikTok here and TikTok in China are totally two different things. TikTok is in China more so is for when their kids achieve something or something like that. That's when something is like posted or something on in China. As far as here, it's all of the bullshit that they believe that Americans are into. So this is when we get the lip sync videos, dance videos, all of that crazy stuff. I will say that I did download TikTok because I thought it would further like promote my show, but then when I saw what it was hidden for, I was like, you know what, TikTok isn't for me. So I deleted the app, and I've never been on it since. But I do know people that I work with, and I believe one of my nephews is on there, and they like it. But for me personally, I don't feel as though it's something that I would be on. So I'm sticking to basically the big three: Instagram, Facebook, and what's the other one? Twitter. Okay, so next in this is a network of young women is fighting back. Liz had been collecting creepy TikToks on an Instagram account for several months when she posted a series of videos of a former TikTok user named Buddy Haynes, now 27 years old. Haynes, known on the app as the Buddy, or the Bidet, or however the hell you say this, first gained notoriety on TikTok when a video in which he danced to Good Girls Bad Guys by the Screamo band Falling in Reverse was featured in some cringe compilations created by big YouTubers. He quickly began a viral sensation. I run this account where I would just post creepy TikToks to Instagram, and I just posted a random video of Haynes, Liz told BuzzFeed News. One of my followers DM'd me and was like, "Hey, I'm 14. Do you want me to find out if he is a predator or not?" Which is how one night last September, this is way back in 2019, Haynes ended up messaging a 15-year-old on Instagram. The teenager, now 15, which I believe now she would be 19 now. Who asked to be identified by her screen name, Cherry Pop Cosplays, said in an interview with her mother present that the conversation became more inappropriate after she told Haynes her age. At first, we were talking about my cosplays and how he wanted to cosplay. Number one, that's a big mistake. She should have never did that. She should have never spoken to this man because she doesn't know him. Okay, cool. He's coming on her Instagram saying, "Hey, I like your cosplay outfits. What do you make them out of?" That doesn't matter. She should have never ever spoke back with him. She should have deleted the message, knowing that this dude is 27 years old. Well, he's much older now, but at the time he was 27 years old. She was only 14. 13-year-old age difference. That screams for bad intent to me. And I believe that social media companies should have age restrictions, which I believe some of them do. I believe that they should have age restrictions to the fact that they once the app knows their age, they're excluded from certain features on the app. That's how it should be. Now, let's continue. Where did I leave off at? I forgot where I left off at. Okay, so then after he started sending videos of him licking his lips and biting them, it made me uncomfortable, but I wanted him to be exposed, so I continued to message him. In screenshots, including those both published by Liz and others obtained by BuzzFeed News, Hayes asked Cherry Pop Cosplays if she thinks he's attractive. Then he asks her how old she is. When she tells him that she is 14, Hayes continued the conversation saying he wishes he could be in a relationship with her. He sends her dozens of videos of himself, many of which he's shirtless, licking his lips and kissing the camera. Liz published the videos and reported Hayes to TikTok. Her allegations against him went viral when a YouTuber named Bionic Pig made a video called "This TikTok Star is Taking Advantage of Children." The Bud Day. It currently has 1.2 million views. Search YouTube for the Bud Day, which I would tell you guys, please don't do that. This dude is so creepy. I went through basically a YouTube black hole Monday night coming home from work, and this dude basically. Okay, do y'all remember when y'all first saw what Jason looked like in the movies? That's exactly what this dude looks like. So, continuing. And y'all find hold on. you'll find a proliferation of videos accusing Hayes of being a sexual predator or pedophile. For a time, Hayes remained active on TikTok, dismissing the allegations and claiming that someone had hacked him. He subsequently admitted to BuzzFeed News that the conversation with the Cherry Pop cosplays had occurred, but he denied it was sexual in nature. He maintained that he was drunk at the time and unaware of Cherry Pop cosplay's age, which is basically a cop out. He doesn't want to get he doesn't want to get caught. That's basically how he tried to smooth the whole situation. Oh, I was drunk, so I didn't really know what I was doing. Blah blah blah. Nigga, you was cognizant. You knew what the fuck you was doing. So, by October, Hayes had been visited by local law enforcement and the FBI, he told BuzzFeed News. A spokesperson for the FBI's Memphis field office declined to comment on the matter, but told BuzzFeed News that the agency does handle investigations into allegations of an adult using social media to transmit sexual material to minors. Hayes confirmed these law enforcement encounters and the FBI visit to BuzzFeed News. They said, look, we've got complaints, Hayes said, noting that the FBI agents were concerned he was talking to underage users. They asked me about my viewership. They asked me about my viewership history on YouTube and prawn sites and stuff like that. Y'all rearrange prawn. Y'all get the word that I'm talking about. I was honest with them. That was pretty much the entire conversation. They suggested to me to take a break from TikTok. Like, hey, look, this doesn't look good right now. Maybe it's best if you take a month or two off. TikTok never replied to Liz, and it never contacted Hayes, who ended up deleting his account himself in late November. But when he tried to return to the service in December, he found he'd been banned. He still doesn't know the reason. TikTok does have processes in place to block banned accounts from making new accounts. I tried reaching out to TikTok, but I could never get a reply back email, he told BuzzFeed News. I even tried the support number. Reached for comment, and TikTok spokesperson confirmed that the Bud Day account was banned for violating the company's community guidelines. They told BuzzFeed News that promoting a safe environment is a top priority. We deploy a combination of policies, technology, and moderation strategies to address problematic content or accounts and implement penalties ranging from restricting certain features to banning an account, the spokesperson said in a statement. This is an industry-wide challenge, and while protections won't catch all instances of misuse, we're committed to continuously enhancing our existing measures and introducing additional technical and moderation processes in our ongoing commitment to our users. Before TikTok was TikTok, it was a Shanghai-based lip-syncing app called Musical.ly. I remember Musical.ly very well. A girlfriend of mine, a daughter of a girlfriend of mine, used to be on there all the time with all of her friends. Its user community was quite young, populated predominantly by girls and young women between the ages of 13 and 24. According to app analytics company App Annie, in 2017, a Shanghai-based AI company called BitDance bought Musical.ly, and a year later merged it with the short video app TikTok, which also operates under the brand, and I do not know how to say this, so I will spell it out. Douyin. I'll do my best to do Douyin. Brand Douyin in China. By 2019, TikTok had amassed more than 500 million users worldwide and drawn a scrutiny of regulators in the U.S. Which, if you guys don't remember, Trump was trying to ban this app. What was it, back in 2020? So yeah, who knows what the hell's going on that app? In February, it was slapped with a record $5.7 million fine from the Federal Trade Commission to settle allegations that it illegally collected personal information from children under the age of 13, which it's a YouTube video of Joe Rogan talking to another comedian, Theo Vaughn, about TikTok and what it collects from its users. I suggest you guys go and find that video. I believe with all the stuff I'm going to be putting on my end cards, I won't be able to put that video in my end card. So I'll probably search the video, get the link. I'll probably post the link in the description box. So I'll give you guys that much. So as a part of its settlement agreement with the FTC, TikTok promised to create measures to protect its younger users, including tools for parents. TikTok subsequently updated its safety center with new comment controls and a page of resources for the parents of its younger users. These end-user measures were intended to augment the company's automated policing of its platform. Currently, TikTok allows you to report an account for pretending to be someone, posting inappropriate content, inappropriate profile info, or other, an option given the user the ability to write a custom report. If you report a video, you're given a similar set of options, which include pornography, terrorism, and the promotion of drugs or weapons. According to a company presentation obtained by BuzzFeed News, TikTok also uses artificial intelligence, or an algorithm, to proactively remove and or flag questionable or low-quality videos and accounts that violate the community guidelines. Flagged content is then passed to a 24/7 moderation team, actual humans, for review. TikTok says the system works quite well, but the TikTok users who spoke to BuzzFeed News say otherwise. There's an overwhelming sense that flagging accounts or individual videos are of little use, perhaps inflamed by the company's failure to reply to users who report inappropriate content. An automated response system was added earlier that year, or to notify users when it takes action against their account. In February, a British charity released a report warning parents that predators were using TikTok to target users as young as 8 years old. That same month, a 35-year-old Los Angeles man was arrested on suspicion of committing lewd acts on children, according to the Los Angeles Times. Investigators accused him of using TikTok to initiate sexual and vulgar conversations with at least 21 girls, some as young as 9 years old. In April, a BBC investigation found hundreds of sexual comments publicly posted to the videos uploaded by teenagers and children. In April, India's High Court ordered Google and Apple to pull TikTok from their respective app stores in India over concerns that it was exposing children to sexual predators and pornography. Because TikTok is so new, its current configuration isn't even a year old yet, which this is, like I said, back in 2019 when this was written. It hasn't been built into internet safety programs in the majority of school districts in the U.S. Internet safety consultant Rick Floyd, a former member of Greenville, South Carolina's police department, and the state attorney general's task force for computer forensics and child pornography, is a vocal advocate for teaching TikTok safety. He said TikTok is a mess because it encourages its users to prioritize engagement over safety. I know TikTok has some good settings, but only if they're implemented, Floyd told BuzzFeed News. Most of the children I talk to say they leave it open so that people can see their videos. The majority of TikTok's privacy features have been set by the user. For instance, a user can control whether their account is private. They can toggle who can see certain videos. They can set comment filters. They can even control who can duet with them. But a young user has to activate these features for any of them to work. As part of his job with the Greenville School District, Floyd monitors the Chromebook activity of the students. That's how he discovered 7 middle schoolers communicating with the same Musical.ly user last year. The girl thought they were talking to a 12-year-old named Brandon who had cancer. Floyd thought they might be talking to someone else. He didn't appear to be a 12-year-old, Floyd explained. So we did some background checks, and it did end up being It did end up being or appeared to be an older person from Kentucky. That's when he turned it over to law enforcement. In March, TikTok announced a beefed up restricted mode for 13-year-old users. The company said it's using artificial intelligence or an algorithm to scan and block users younger than 13 from using the app, Floyd said. That he's met with a lot of students who lied about being older to get on the app. I want them to know that as easy as it is for them to lie to be older, it's just as easy for people to lie to be younger, Floyd said. Anybody can be anybody on the internet. So, I have this last video from, I believe it's the Drama Queen, and let's get it.
Hello, my beautiful people, what's up, and welcome back to Drama Queen. A TikTok account has come to my attention by the name of Puberty Helper 101. Now, this account was supposedly helping young girls out with basically puberty tips, as the name really reads. However, this wasn't just, a woman helping out her fellow young women. This was a man behind the account. TikTok went into a frenzy when this account was discovered because of many posts that seemed very uncomfortable. However, this post stood out to a lot of people. Hey guys, I'm going to pick 3 of you randomly and DM you and give you my phone number to help you and talk you through anything you need. If any of you find this helpful, write in the comments and maybe I'll pick you up. Creepy.
Nigga, you're not a doctor, so why the hell are you posting? If any of you young girls need my services, I'll pick 3 random users and then I'll give you my phone number so we can chit chat about what you're going through right now. Nah, nigga, you not they father. So why that or their mother. So why would you be giving them tips about puberty at all? Stop the bullshit. Stop the bullshit. Let's keep going.
Right? Aren't you supposed to be a puberty helper account? Not like messaging people personally. This account has been terminated due to the fact that TikTok again went into a frenzy and was mass reporting this account because this is quite a dangerous account. Being a grown man, having kind of like a hold on so many little girls, and that just isn't something anybody is obviously comfortable with. This was another video that people were super uncomfortable by, so I'm just going to be quickly showing you guys that.
Now, before I show this, disclaimer. This person will be doing a demonstration of how to insert a tampon into a female sex organ. All right. So just letting y'all know now, if you have kids in the room, please tell them to leave. All right. Now I will give you 5 seconds, starting now. All right. I will play the video now.
There have been...
Now, we'll say this. I hope this person has been at least caught by the police, at least, because there's no reason why on TikTok, of all places, this is where kids be now, there's no reason why this person, not drama queen, but the person that she put in that video who has the TikTok, there should be no reason why this person should have a TikTok. You're a puberty helper 101. Why do you even have that name, if anything? Why do you need to explain puberty to teens if you probably have no credentials in being a medical doctor, being a pediatrician? You have no credentials. So why are you posting up on an app where children are, which I understand why you're there, because you're there to pray, and you're posting this type of stuff on the internet for all ages to see, but primarily young girls. This shit's crazy. This is why I fear for our children in this country, because this is the shit that they have to put up with. Now, I know during my time of chat rooms and stuff like that, just like the cop said in the article, when you lie about your age online, they can also lie about their age as well. So if you're saying that you're 17 years old, they can say, well, yeah, I'm 17 too, when really he's a 42-year-old man sitting in his house butt naked looking at your TikTok videos. Like, we have to try to protect the kids from certain shit online in the world, because they're getting too indoctrinated with certain things, and it's hurting them, and it's hurting them overall. Like all the shit that's going on in school now with a certain alphabet group trying to put their lifestyle out there as normal. And it's like, hey, if it's normal to you, cool. But these are kids. Leave them alone. All right? But This is the shit that kids have to go through nowadays. Like, and it's weird. Like, to say the least, it's weird that these kids have to go through this shit nowadays. Let's continue.
Many kind of like troll accounts to pop up since the termination of Puberty Helper 101. There is an account called Puberty Helper 102 on TikTok, and basically it is a troll account because of the hashtags. I mean, quite clearly, this isn't the same person who has made the account. Like, people are absolutely spamming this person's comments with, you know, stay away from this person, stranger danger, all of this kind of stuff. But I don't really think it's the same person who ran Puberty Helper 101. And especially because, like, they have their likes tab open for you to see what they have liked on TikTok. Most people have theirs on private. And as you can see here, it's just a ton of babies. And what really stood out to me is a video that I did in 2019. This person had liked to, and I was just like, oh my fucking God. I know it's a troll account, but it's still creepy nonetheless. This video was super heavily requested, and I did want to give you guys some information about this. However, it's just very hard to do a video on this account since the account has been deleted, and I can't exactly, you know, just scroll through the account and see what kind of content they did post. But from the gist of it, it's very, you know, not good. So with that being said, everybody, that's really all I can say for now. If there are any updates, if there is anything else to come out about this situation, there will be another video on this, as I always love to keep you guys updated on whatever happens with stories like these. So with that being said, everybody, thank you so much.
All right. If something comes up and I go past her video again, I will I probably might start a video out with her video of her updating her I'll start a video out with a video of hers of her finding more information about this. All right, so that ends that story there. Now we are going to move on to the Irv Gotti thing. So if you guys, and I'm always bad with this, I never show my videos, so this is what I mean my pictures. This is what I had as far as like prying eyes of like TikTok and all of that. So moving on. So your boy Irv Gotti, right? Your boy Irv Gotti has some choice words to say about Ashanti on the Drink Champs podcast when Nori asked him about her in the time of when they were intimately involved. And I have the video right here for you guys to see what he had to say about that. And here we go.
You want to be with Nelly?
Sounds like you didn't get past that. Just be honest.
Listen. At the time it happens, any man,
yeah, of course,
is hurt. Yeah, the chick you fucking are in love with is with this nigga.
Country grandma.
You wanna hear how I found out?
How you found out?
Only on Drink Champ. We saw the documentary too.
Yeah. How did you find out, sir?
I was at home.
There wasn't no Twitter or Instagram back then.
I was at home. Listen to this shit. This is God wanted me to find out. Was at home. NBA package. I like watching sports.
Wait, what? Oh, the World Wide Sports.
Nigga D Rose is playing.
D Rose.
Tune into the Chicago game. At home in Tribeca for Dolo. Oh my God, what's this commotion going on in the stadium? We just found out what the commotion is. Nelly has walked in with Ashanti.
Oh my God.
Wait, time out. But you didn't know? You didn't know that?
I knew nothing.
I'm 10 years old.
But why would you know? Like, if she wanted to, you know, go off and get a boyfriend and she believed that he was the right one for her, then good for her. But you don't have any sort of say-so on who she dates and who she doesn't date if y'all just fucking. And we gotta remember, Irv Gotti was married then to a lovely woman named Deb. So, come on now. I believe she's a lovely woman. I don't know. I don't know her personally.
I'm just letting y'all know.
Let me spray some Creed. Spray some Creed. It's Creed. It's Creed.
Keep that over there.
Don't smell that shit. It's better than Sage.
That's how a nigga found out.
Let's be clear. Let's be honest. You said you wasn't a little hurt earlier.
I said in the beginning.
Of course. He said he was hurt. You are. This is the hurt part. Okay. That's what we gotta come up. I'm sorry. You get to the hurt part because I would have. So you see it on NBA All-Star Game, Nelly.
Not All-Star, just a Chicago Bulls. I got league pass. I'm checking out my nigga D Rose.
D-Rose.
And Nelly.
Because he like watching Spalls.
And she's singing
The
Down,
announcer.
Down, Baby.
Listen, the announcer. What is the commotion going on in the stadium? Something is going on. Come back off the commercial. We found out what's going on. It seems as though Nelly has walked in with Ashanti. That's how I found out.
Oh, so niggas say two-way in you? There's no two-way in you?
There's no two-way. Okay. Niggas, that's how I found out. But here's what I'm saying. And please, this is the truth. I don't speak all of this truth when I don't supposed to speak it. Now I'm gonna.
All right. So, needless to say, we all know because we've all seen this video, him calling her all kinds of B words and all of this. We'll get into that. All right. So, all right. Got this from the LA Times. It says Irv Gotti's Drink Champs interview. So, record exec and producer Irv Gotti revealed that he was in love with singer Ashanti during an upcoming episode of the Drink Champs podcast. The Murder Inc. Record co-founder, whose real name is Irving Lorenzo Jr., addressed his alleged relationship with the Rock With You All Baby singer. Why did he have to bring that damn song up? Anyway, who was his label's prime female artist, which was basically the first female artist. No. Second female artist. No. It was his third female artist because it was Ja Rule, Charlie Baltimore, Vita, and who else? Cadillac Ty and Black Child. Those are his first 5 signees. And then he signed Ashanti. So who was his prime female artist in the aughts before he unceremoniously released her in 2009 over their views of philosophies not meeting up. Drink Champs podcast host Nori, formerly Noriega, released a teaser of Gotti's episode on Tuesday, featuring the duo and Murder Inc. rapper Ja Rule drinking and chatting, which is the MO of the show. In the clip, Gotti 52, which this is even bad, well, worse, because he's 52 talking about this shit. Come on, man. Talked about his feelings for the What's Love and Always On Time singer when she started dating hot in hair rapper Nelly. Gotti said he learned the 2-word an item when he was at home watching TV, specifically an NBA package game. He said it was as if God wanted me to find out. Oh my God, what's this commotion going on in the stadium, he said, imitating a sports commentator. We just found out what the commotion is. Nelly just walked in with Ashanti. In 2019, Gotti told TV host Wendy Williams that he was in a brief relationship with Ashanti while he was separated from his estranged wife, Deborah Lorenzo. Ashanti dated Nelly on and off for about 11 years. Had a whole ass wife, replied one Twitter user on the clip. Since we are on the topic of how old was Gotti when he met Ashanti, added another. What's wild is him saying it's God that told him Nelly and Ashanti were together. So God told you that, but God didn't tell you not to cheat on your wife. Question mark. Wrote a different user. Irv having a whole wife during the time just makes this even more hilarious. Said, quipped, is hilariously sad. Sorry. Quipped another. Gotti co-founded Murder Inc. Records, based on the short-lived supergroup composed of Jay-Z, the late DMX, and Ja Rule in 1997. The label was co-founded with his brother Chris under Russell Simmons' Def Jam umbrella, and produced records for Ja Rule, Christina Milian, and Vanessa Carlton. Which I forgot that Vanessa Carlton was a signee on Murder Inc. When I read this, I was like, yeah, Vanessa Carlton was on Murder Inc. for a while. She never released any music, but she was on Murder Inc. for a while. The company went into decline after a string of legal troubles and an alleged money laundering scheme involving Gotti. In 2017, producer announced that he was reviving the record label with a new lineup of artists, including Boogie Bird in a duo, Fitted Circle. Gotti, who created BET's scripted theology series Tales, is also set to release a documentary about the record label this month. He also said on the podcast that the documentary addresses the Ashanti situation. So, Ashanti calls for positivity and energy. So Ashanti fired back with basically a kind post on Twitter stating, so Ashanti has seemingly responded to a wild interview her former Murder Inc. boss Irv Gotti did with Drink Champs recently. A blight covertly, I guess that's how you say. On Monday, August 8th, the always on time singer fired off a tweet that read, "Morning, y'all, sending out positive vibes and energy." The laughing emoji she added at the end of the tweet seemed to indicate she knew exactly what's going on in the social media world. So this is her tweet, basically saying, "Morning, y'all, sending out positive vibes and energy," with laughing face and kissy face. So, moving on. This title of this part of this article is Irv Gotti says he came up with Happy after sleeping with Ashanti. So, this is exactly what they're talking about. Should have had this.
And I worked till dating at this point. Yes. Okay. So we're together. Matching watches. I imagine you bought her watch too. I bought her mad shit. Okay. Birkins, all that. All right. Bought she gained it. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't know about none of this either. I just know that.
Okay. So you Switzerland. Stay out of it.
I'm Switzerland. There you go. Yeah.
We just finished sleeping together or whatever. Okay. I'm taking a shower. I'm in the shower. You know, a nigga be creative after.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Shit, I got to get
comfortable
for this story. I ain't never heard this story either. I'm getting comfortable. We got popcorn.
Listen, I'm in the shower. I'll give you the quick story. You can see the full story on the Murder Inc. documentary. Let's go to premiere on BET. That's premiere. I think of the whole track in the shower. I get out the shower. I call my nigga Cenk. I'm on the phone. Cenk, yo. We get to the studio. Cenk. Them chefs it up, the beat, everything. Okay. Now it's time for you to write. Yo, I want this shit to be a feel-good joint, like summertime things. I'm so happy, baby. You made me happy. I mean, with that, the energy, that record came about because of our energy. You miss that energy a little bit? Not anymore. When like 20 years ago, when we stopped, like fresh out of it. I think I asked you this before. Yeah, I'm gonna ask you again. Yeah. You don't go on her gram sometime? Absolutely not. Come on, you got it.
I'm saying Ashanti do be looking fine though. Like although 20 years ago when she was out and making music, which exactly 20 years ago, around this time, she was making music and she was cute. But I would say back then the best looking female singer was probably shoot. Who was the best looking female singer back then? I'm drawing the blank because I can't remember all of the acts. I guess for now, this is just to save my ass. I would say probably Beyonce was probably the cutest singer back then. But she did have competition. Not going to just be like, oh well, yeah, Beyonce point blank. No, she had competition. All right, so let's continue. But Ashanti now though, Jesus Christ, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, she's fucking fine as shit. As fine as frog hair. Y'all know how fine frog hair is? Just as fine as frog hair.
Listen, I'm being dead serious. And if I'm being dead serious, if you take a look at some of my girlfriends or whatever, yo, they banging, nigga. They all banging. They banging. But you see.
All right. So, well, let's bring that up. That's Ashanti 20 years ago. She was cute. You know what I'm saying? All right, so Irv Gotti is sharing more intimate details about his relationship with Ashanti during his visit to the Drink Champs. The Murder Inc. boss opened up about how their secret romance inspired Ashanti's 2002 hit "Happy." It helped her, said Gotti, who said he bought Ashanti mad shit while they were together. According to Gotti, he came up with the song after they slept together. We just finished sleeping together or whatever. I'm taking a shower. I'm in the shower. You know, a nigga creative after sex. I think of the whole track in the shower. He immediately called producer Chink Santana and sang the melody to him. They hit the studio and recorded the beat. The record came about because of our energy, he said, of the feel-good summertime song. But he's not in good standings right now with rapper and executive of Terror Squad Records, Fat Joe. Fat Joe took it upon himself to talk about Irv Gotti during it was like an impromptu type of video that he did. I guess he was doing his podcast just on Instagram Live, talking about what went on during the Rock the Bells festival that happened, I believe, last week, and what his thoughts was when coming about hearing what happened. So Fat Joe had this to say, y'all. So let's get into it.
Yo, y'all can add Irv Gotti, whoever the fuck you want, right? Ashanti, right? And so, whatever Irv has with Ashanti, is 20 years old, right? And so I know he was making some points that mean a lot to him, his heart and soul. But when you keep ranting about somebody 20 years later, it felt like he's not over the young lady, right? And so also we didn't know that they was fucking, right? Because the whole time I'm there. What's Love, Big Pun Record, on tour. I never seen them together like that. Now I'm not saying they wasn't. They was. Or there was rumors they was. I never seen it. But I don't need to know. I don't need to know. Right? Now, it's okay if it's on a documentary. You got to say your truth for your documentary. But to go to Drink Champs and keep calling her a bitch, keep disrespecting. Guys, I'm not going to be the one, I'm not the guy, to stand up for Ashanti, the brother that I'm not. The Ja Rule was standing right next to him. And so I'm not going to be that guy, right? But yeah, like I'm not telling stories about a girl I was with 20 years ago. In fact, I hope you die. Fuck you, bitch. Leave me alone, right? And so when you're doing this, it looks like you caught up, you ain't get over this shit. Even if we know you have to be over it because it's 20 years, right? But on top of that, it just and then everything else, it kind of brings less credibility to everything else you say. And let me tell you something. Irv Gotti, he did discover. Irv Gotti did make it a hit. Did shoot the video. Right? I mean, the man did it. He's a genius. It's a fact. He signed DMX. He signed Jay-Z. He signed Ja. The man's a genius.
Which I didn't know that. I didn't know that he signed Jay-Z, DMX. Like, I did not know that. Because I would have thought, respectively, on their own imprints of Rockefeller and Rough Rider, I would have thought that the people behind those record labels, which is Dame Dash and Biggs Burt, along with Jay-Z, with on the Rough Rider side, I forgot those two brothers' names, but they were brothers that started Rough Riders off of the Rough Rider street organization or whatever, or bike club or whatever. They started that whole imprint from there, which I believe Rough Rider was on Interscope and Rockefeller was on Def Jam. So they had their reigns during the time of that era, but I didn't know that Irv Gotti signed them to, which was news to me when I heard it. I was like, well, damn, I did not know that. So yeah, y'all heard it here first.
He's a genius. There's no question. But he make himself look crazy, disrespecting her, and the woman never really disrespected him
At all.
Right?
All right.
What's up?
All right, so that's part of the next segment. So yeah, article goes this: as Blavity previously reported, Gotti appeared on the Drink Champs podcast where he spilled the tea on their supposed what the hell is this word? I've never seen this word a day in my life. Hold on. Not even Siri knows how to say this right. What the hell is this word? Anyway, we'll skip past this. So, where he spilled the tea on their supposed relationship and some unkind words to describe. Hold on, y'all. Supposed relationship and unkind words to describe the singer. Irv Gotti, a sucker man, Fat Joe said in a clip. And so my thing is, first is however long it was, question mark, how many millions ago was versus, question mark. That's what I want to know. Joe was quick to explain that he's not talking crazy to Irv, but suggests that he should stay in his lane. Yo, Irv, stop. You're a producer, he said. Later, the 51-year-old said that he was minding his own motherfucking business. I got played. Minding his own business when he came upon Gotti's Drink Champs episode. It was unimpressed with the way the producer was talking about Ashanti. Whenever Irv has with Ashanti is 20 years ago, he said. I knew he was making some points that mean a lot to him, his heart and soul, but when you keep ranting about somebody 20 years later, it feels like he's not over the young lady. He also shared that back in the day, he had no idea that the foolish singer and Gotti had an intimate relationship. We didn't know they were fucking, he said. The whole time I was there. The whole time I was there, and I never seen them together like that. Ultimately, he was happy to be in the dark when happy to be in the dark then, and is happy to be in the dark now. He don't need to know, Fat Joe said. Joe also said in the clip that there's a time and place for opening up about past relationships, and that Gotti is doing too much on the wrong platforms. Now, it's okay if it's on a documentary. You gotta say your bitch keeps disrespected. He paused, shaking his head. This kind of brings less credibility to everything else you say, he added. However, Joe made a point not to take away Gotti's accomplishments, noting that it's a fact that the producer is a genius. He makes himself look crazy disrespecting Ashanti now, and the woman never really disrespected him, he said. So that is that part of the segment. I hope Irv Gotti heard what Joe had to say. Hope he takes his kind words into I can't think tonight. Hope he takes his words into consideration, because it was whack seeing him up there do that. Like, it's no reason for Irv Gotti to be talking about a 20-year-old relationship that I guess ended well, maybe, I don't know. So, it's whack for him to be like, well, yeah, that bitch and this bitch and that bitch tried to do this and that bitch is trying to. It's like, look, dog, stop. Which I believe Ashanti has her master's. So let me see. Does Ashanti own her master's? When Ashanti appeared on the Tamara Hall show in September, she announced that she took control of her masters and recording her albums. And the 41-year-old singer is speaking candidly on her decision to redo her self-entitled debut album. This was back in December, which I believe she made as an NFT, and as well as like trading, like crypto trading cards and stuff like that. So she owns her masters. Now, Irv Gotti did say that he owns her publishing. So maybe that's something she should be fighting for now instead of just owning her masters. Maybe it's the publishing too that is an issue that you should own. So maybe she should look into owning the publishing of said songs, because Irv Gotti said in the interview that when she tried to spritz up and redo a song, he had to clear it. So I'm guessing since he had to clear it, and he said that he owns the publishing, but she owns the master. So maybe there's a legal battle there she should be thinking about here in the long run, because hey, you can own your masters, but do you own your publishing as well? You know, I believe Anita Baker just got her masters, but does she own her publishing? So maybe that's something to think about, Ashanti. Maybe you should go ahead and hire some lawyers to look into that, so you can start being paid for what you rightfully own, that you rightfully worked for. So like I said, y'all, that is the end of this segment of the Irv Gotti thing. I hope you guys found something out that you didn't know already. So, let's continue on this this show. So this is the weird thing. So I came across this topic when because I'm about to talk about the Ethiopian calendar. So I learned about this Sunday. So I was so intrigued into knowing what the hell is like this whole thing about. So what I was hearing was people saying that Ethiopia is 8 years behind us. So right now, Ethiopia is in the year 2014, while I guess the rest of the world is in 2022. So what does Ethiopia know that we don't know? So from what I know, Ethiopia is on a 13-month calendar, which I believe back in the biblical age, they were also on the 13-month calendar as well. That comprised of 30 days each, which rounds out about 390 days. So we're on a 365, 366 if it's the leap year calendar, and they're on a 390 day calendar. So maybe they know something that we don't know. So this picture reads: Ethiopia is in the year 2020 in the year 2014 today, which is 7 to 8 years behind. If I go to Ethiopia, will that make me 7 or 8 years younger? It's a good question, but who knows? But I believe this gentleman here can let us know about what's going on with this Ethiopian calendar.
What's up? Peace, your boy Spiritual Initiate back again with another video. Just taking a little walk, so excuse the cars if you hear them. But I've seen a lot of videos on social media about people freaking out because they've realized that we've entered another dimension. We didn't already went through a shift. And not only that, but this shift happened 2 years ago. So what people are figuring out is that the Ethiopian calendar has another month added to it, right? So what they're doing is that they're calculating what year was 2012 in correlation to the Gregorian calendar, because right now in the Ethiopian calendar is 2014. So when they go back and look at the date in the Ethiopian calendar of what December 21st, 2012 is, that calculates to December 31st, 2019 in the Gregorian calendar. So we didn't already went through the shift already. And I want to make this video to first tell people welcome to realizing that, you know what I'm saying, it's not the end of the world, obviously, because we're still here. What it is, though, is that it is a shift and everyone has felt it. You know what I'm saying? There are even people who are not here with us today because of the shift, all right? Because all of it is connected. But with that being said, you know, what I want to tell people is to not get freaked out over the shift. What you need to do, especially if you start to come into this knowledge of spirituality, this esotericism, you're starting to just figure out more deeper aspect of things, even as far as history, as far as education, you're starting to figure out all this shit was one big old lie. I want to tell you, don't freak yourself out. Do not be fearful. You're going through this for a reason. You know, there are people who need to learn this stuff so they can actually figure out what their true purpose is in life, so they can help other people get this realization as well, because they are people working against us, trying to take us away from being more in a natural state of living into more of their artificial state of living. Yes, technology has its pros and cons, but we have to understand that the people who are forwarding, trying to get us all into technology, all just in their phones, all into being distracted from the world, the actual physical world around us, is because they cannot interact with it. What do I mean by they cannot interact with it? They can't deal with the sun. Their birth rate is going down. And I'm not talking about all people, obviously, but I'm saying if there is a air of unrighteousness within you and you're working for that to be your being, you're going to pay the consequences for that, all right? And that's what's going on right now. And then I'm not even, trying to spare it for people who have my skin color, because the people who share my skin color and they're not understanding what's going on, they're getting hit upside the head with a brick too. So everyone needs to be on a position or in a place to where they're growing spiritually, you know what I'm saying? And not only spiritually, because there's other aspects in their lives that needs to be updated. That can be finances, that can be relationships with other people, that can be health. There are other things that will become known to you, that will become true to you, that's going to give you a better state of living for you and your loved ones. So that's what a big thing of what this shift is about. It's not about being freaking out and the world's going to end. Nah, the old paradigm of what we've known is ending. That's why so much information about so many different things is coming out, because the people who are trying to withhold this information and cannot stop it. They can't hold it. So all they can do is distract you from realizing that information and keep you in a state of fear or in a state of distraction, or a state of fear distraction. You combine both of those together. So you always be so engulfed in, oh my God, there's a war and people are doing this and da 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 da, but always keeping you away from the work that you need to be doing. All right. So once again, I don't want to freak people out. That's not even what I'm about. I am happy that people are starting to realize this, but yes, we've been in this shift. That's why everyone at work, whether they're conscious or not, be like, oh my God, it's Tuesday, but it feels like a Friday. That's all day long, because the energy is different. It doesn't feel like it's the day of the week it says it is. People don't feel like, what's up, dog? People don't feel like they're the age that they're supposed to be turning to. Like, none of that is applying right now. We for real went through a paradigm shift. But at the end of the day, everything that you have learned this far, things you will learn, you're going to have to put it together to create the life you want for yourself. That's what it's all about. People can do whatever the fuck you want on this earthly playground, but you want to do it in a way that, fits you. Some of y'all may have to be some motherfucker that people don't like because you're just playing that role in this incarnation. I can't. That's on you. That's what you need to do. That's what you need to do. Ain't no one gonna be mad about you except for the people who mad at you. But if you're supposed to be out here, enlightening others, teaching others new things, you know what I'm saying? Putting ideas out there that no one else would have thought about if you weren't there. Putting out different applications that people can use to change their quality of life. Whatever it might be, you're going to have to figure that out and put everything you've learned, put it together and keep moving forward, because it's only going to move forward. Shit ain't going back to how it is. People are just wanting the world to go back to how it was and blah, blah, blah. Nope. I knew that as soon as this blow it shit started, and a lot of people already did. And I'm not saying that the two horns. I'm just saying, like, that's just done. that shit's done. The old way that you've been thinking, the old way that you've been acting, that shit's done too. That shit's done too. So it has to be a new, a new awakening of yourself, you know what I'm saying? Or a real realizing of yourself, because there's a lot of old souls here who've been getting distracted. And I can say that for myself, getting distracted from all of this earthly shit and not focusing on the spiritual information that we have already in our DNA and share with other people so they can get this fast start, you know what I'm saying? So once again, don't be fearful. You might get freaked out because I know sometimes the shock can get you, but don't be fearful at all. You knowing about this shift, you figuring this shit out means you were supposed to figure it out, and you're right on time. So you just got to keep on doing your meditations. Be aware of the synchronicities in your life. Be aware of the people that you let in or let out of your life. Be aware of your own bullshit. Be aware of your own strengths, your weaknesses, what places or industries that you can plug yourself into that you will thrive in versus being somewhere you don't want to be at all. All those things you want to put into account, because this is for you. This is for you. This is for you. This is about you trying to figure out what it is you're going to do to make an impact for your personal life, for the life around you, for people that you may never meet, but you still have a connection with them because we're dealing with this internet, right? So with that being said, that's my video. Y'all have a good one. I'll catch you on the next one.
All right. So, he said a mouthful. Basically, he just was going over everything that is happening along with this calendar thing. So, getting into the article, and I forgot where I got this shit from, so just bear with me. But people are going nuts over Ethiopia's calendar discovery. And subline of what I created was people are just now learning about Ethiopia's very different calendar. So here we go. Sure, dealing with different time zones around the world is a headache, but can you imagine dealing with completely different years? Question mark. As mind-boggling as it sounds, this is the case in Ethiopia. While the rest of the world is currently living in 2022, in Ethiopia, their year is currently 2014. And suddenly we have all become Robin Williams. Robin Williams' character from the Jumanji. Or, if you want to look at it, the new Lightyear movie that just came out. I was watching that last night, and basically in that movie, it was every time he did the hyper jump in the movie, his time slowed to the same amount of time on the planet that they were on, that they crash landed on, but more time passed on the planet than what was passed when he was doing the hyper jump. So basically, while everyone aged, he basically stayed the same age. So yeah, it's actually all very simple. Where most of us are use the Gregorian calendar, marked with 12 months of 28 to 31 days. The Ethiopian calendar consists of 13 months, sort of. You see, each and every month has exactly 30 days, except for that bonus 13th month called Paguman, which has 5 days. Unless, of course, it's a leap year, then it has 6. That makes the Ethiopian calendar 7 years and 8 months behind the Western calendar, according to the BBC. Good luck buying the right airline ticket. Not only in Ethiopia, not only is the Ethiopian calendar 7 days behind, but the entire concept of time is vastly different. Rather than 24 hours in a day, Ethiopian time uses a 12-hour day. From dawn till dusk, then dusk till dawn, meaning 6 a.m. is noon and 6 p.m. is midnight. And now, the real question, why? Apart from a 5-year occupation by Mussolini's Italy, the oldest African country has never been colonized, and therefore it calculates the birth of Christ differently. The BBC reports that when the Catholic Church amended its calculation in 500 AD, the Ethiopian Orthodox Church didn't. As such, Ethiopians, similar to several other cultures, don't celebrate New Year's in December. Their holiday called Enkutanka. Hold on, I'm about to butcher this, so please bear with me. Enkutatash takes place on September 11th or September 12th on leap years. Whoa, that's crazy. But since they're in the Jesus realm, it's also they also state that Jesus wasn't born in December. The actual date of Jesus' birthday, which is December 25th, of which everyone celebrates on Christmas, is really Nimrod's birthday. So if you guys don't know who Nimrod is, I suggest you do some research of Nimrod. So, but in a lot of religious texts, they put the prophet's birthday on December 25th. Well, you gotta remember with that what that date entails. So December 21st starts the winter solstice. On the 22nd, the 21st, the 22nd, and the 23rd, the sun does not move position for those 3 days except on the 24th. That's when the sun shifts in its position in the sky. That's why they say the sun rises and sets. I think that's the whole. Or no. The sun rose, which in the biblical text, Jesus rose on the third day, which that doesn't make any sense because if he on Good Friday, which I don't understand why it's a Good Friday, on Good Friday was crucified. Why is it that on Sunday is the third day? If you really look at it, counting 3 days from Friday is actually Monday. So Jesus really rose on a Monday. So there you have it. But this is sort of kind of intriguing in a way that their calendar doesn't that they don't have the same calendar as us, but they also stated in certain cultures they don't celebrate New Year's on New Year's Day is January 1st, but New Year's Eve is December 31st. What they're not saying, well, what they did say is that other cultures don't celebrate New Year's on that day, which is true, because I believe it's in February is when China does the Chinese New Year, if not March. But also in certain cultures, I believe in the Native American culture, New Year's was really the first day of spring, because that's when everything starts coming to life again, which would indicate a new day is here, or not a new day, a new year is here. So harvesting, sowing seeds, getting crops ready. It's the new year, everything's coming to life again. So, you guys do your own research on this. And while we're on the subject of the Enkutatash sounds like a pretty amazing shindig. Sure, there are gifts, children singing, all that, but the real point of attraction. The coffee ceremony, which can last for hours. Heaven is a place on earth, and it's found in Ethiopia. Of course, Ethiopia isn't the only country that technically has a very different year. I mean, the Thailand calendar based on Buddha, not Jesus, is all the way in 2565. Wow. So, after all, there are as many ways of measuring time as there are cultures throughout history. A recent video posted on TikTok through an brought the Ethiopian calendar to the forefront of people's minds. To say that the now viral clip brought up some fun comments would be an understatement. Time might be a construct, but it's also apparently a big conversation starter. And I have that very video here, people. If you guys would, well, you really don't have any say in the matter, you're going to watch it. Just like I'm going to watch it for the 18th time. So here's the video, and this is what this young lady had to say. Please excuse the music. It's like some eerie-ass music that she chose. So just bear with me.
Okay, you guys, I just found something out and it's blowing my mind. Some of you may already know this, so don't come in the comments like, you didn't know that? No, I didn't. You know why? Because I live in the United States of America, where we have been brainwashed and not been taught about real history. Okay, if you guys go to the first video on this playlist, the simulation, I filmed it on January 11th, 2021. And it was showing how all of the times were different on every clock, every digital clock. My boyfriend at the time was working. He had like 3 computers in front of him. They all said different times. His phone said a different time. He came upstairs to show me my phone said a different time. All the times were messed up. In my comments, people were like, what about analog clocks? As you can see, I have analog clocks. So I went to check those and those were off too. So I was like, there's been a weird shift in the universe because the ball also didn't drop on time at the New York ball. It was like a minute late or something. I was like,
it's because of COVID, that's why.
Definitely shifted dimensions, something's going on. Look at this. I recently came across a video talking about how the calendar is supposed to have 13 months, but the Gregorian calendar changed it, which is the calendar we follow today. So I see this comment, come to Ethiopia, you will see what you are saying. We have 13 months within a year. So someone commented, right now we're in 2014, year of Mercury. Today's date is Thursday, the 22nd of March, 2014. Our new year is on the 1st of September. And I was like, wait, they're living in 2014 and we're living in 2022? Is that why they say that all time is simultaneous, like past, present, and future? We're all living in it at once? But then I saw this comment. So if we're in 2014, according to your calendar, 2020 Gregorian calendar corresponds to 2012 your calendar when the truth started to come out and people woke. So the Mayans were right. COVID really put everyone in 2020. Using your calendar, that means that the year 2012 was the end of the world. Mind blown. Okay, so of course I had to look up when our calendar started. It was in...
But we all know that it didn't happen. Which, that day was in September, I believe. And it was supposed to be like September 12th, if not September 13th. And basically they were saying that the some calendar system ended in it was either the Aztec or the Mayan calendar ended in 2012. That's the reason why it was so much speculation of, is the world really about to end? Look, just like the article said, maybe time is a construct. Maybe just like it also said, certain cultures don't measure time the same way as a lot of other countries do. So Buddha, the followers of Buddha, they're in the year of 2565. Ethiopia's in 2014, and then everyone else is in 2022. So who really knows what year it really is? Like, who knows what year it really is? No one really knows. We're just going off of whatever calendar system we go by. So,
1982. Ethiopian calendar started around AD 400. So they are obviously way more correct than we are. How many years did we lose switching? Started around AD 400. So they, first I had to look up when our calendar started. It was in 1582. Ethiopian calendar started around AD 400.
Now, if you guys don't know, there are 2 months on our calendar that was put on by King King Augustine and Julius Caesar, I believe. That's where we get July and August from. If you guys didn't know that. July and August are 2 made-up months that was put on the calendar because of two. Well, I believe they weren't conquerors. I believe they wanted, I guess, a day to reflect of who they were or whatever. But they made a month out of it for both of them, for Julius and Augustine. So there you have it. That's why we have July and August on every calendar. All right.
They are obviously way more correct than we are. How many years did we lose switching to the Gregorian calendar? 8 years. We're lost in translation when the switch to the Gregorian calendar was made to in the 15th century. And if you guys remember, the Mayan calendar says that the end of the world would be on December 21st, 2012. And even according to the Julian calendar, that would be on January 21st, 2020, when COVID was at its peak. So I'm freaking out in the middle of the night, and I message my dear friend, JK Ultra, Jen. If you guys aren't following her, please go follow her, who's super into all this stuff. And I was like, girl, I'm sure you know this, but did you know this? And her and I are both freaking out because we didn't know this. So she goes and converts what day is December 21st, 2012 in the Ethiopian calendar. What does it calculate to us? December 31st, 2019. So the last day of the world, according to the Mayan calendar, was on December 21st, 2012, if we had kept up with the original calendar. But because we switched it, it was December 31st, 2019. So in 2020, the new world started. So we have already shifted into a new dimension. And this is why everything is so different. This makes so much sense. Are you guys freaking out? Because I'm freaking out.
Now, she does make some good points when talking about the things that she was talking about. Now, has there been a paradigm shift? Yes, there has been a paradigm shift. Are we going through some sort of vast simulation of some sort? In a way, we kind of are. So, not to be like a conspiracy theorist, but a lot of the things that she spoke on are very true. All right? So, with that, people, that's all I got. If you would like to come up here and talk to me, hit the link. All right, you can come and hit the link. As well as, if you do want to come up here, like I said, I do have 3 rules for you guys to follow. Rule number 1, you must be on camera. Number 2, if you don't want to be on camera, you still have to be on camera here on the backstage. And please mute all background noise in the background. All right? And as well, if you can, please like this video, share this video, and subscribe, and hit that bell icon to all. So, whoever wants to come up, you can. I'll give y'all 3 minutes. So, we'll be right back, and I'll be waiting for you guys to come up here to come and talk to me about any of the topics that I brought up today. All right, so 3 minutes starting now. Last call. Anybody who wants to come up, last call. All right, seems like no one wants to come up, so I guess this ends today's video. But with that being said, I will be doing a little of my promotions, and then we're going to get on up out of here, all right? Now, with that being said, people, Marcus Speaks Play and Marcus Speaks Live every week at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch Marcus Speaks Play on both my YouTube channels, which I will be getting into in a little bit, and you can see Marcus Speaks Live here on my main channel. All right. Also, so don't forget to check me out, please. Don't forget, every week is some fire being done, either if it's on the gameplay side on Fridays, or if it's on the my podcast that I do on Saturdays like today. It's always some fire being talked about. So I hope you guys come back and join me, please. If you could, do me a favor. Like this video, share this video, and subscribe, alright? So like I was saying, please, you can subscribe to both of my YouTube channels. You can go to either channel, doesn't really matter. You can go to my main channel, Marcus Speaks, or you can go to my second channel and subscribe to both. Alright? Marcus Speaks Play is on the Marcus Speaks channel, and Marcus Speaks is on the Marcus Speaks Play channel. So go to the links in the description box below, and everything's right there for you. All my social medias and my YouTube channels, as well as my Twitch stream, which I do Marcus Speaks Play on. You can catch that on Fridays at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. So you either go to the website, www.twitch.tv/Marcus Speaks Productions, or just look me up on the app at Marcus Speaks Productions, all one word. The way you see it on the screen is the way that you write it in. Alright? No one wanted to do it, but look, man, if you ever want to come up here and talk to me, you can. Alright? Just hit the link that's always pinned in the chat section. It's all the way up at the top in blue. Hit that, come up and talk to me, but there are 3 rules. First rule, you must be on camera if you want to come and talk to me. If you don't want to be on camera, which is rule number 2, you still have to be on camera here on the backstage. There's a private chat back here. Whatever you made your name to be, just write that in, hyphen, and then say, I don't want to be on camera, or I do want to be on camera. But if you want to be on camera, it indicates to me when I see you back here that you want to be on camera. But if you don't, there's a private chat back here, and you can tell me, I don't want to be on camera, and then I will put you on camera. And thirdly, please mute all background noise if you want to come and talk to me, because there is no reason that I should hear everything that's going on in your house. Alright? Now, with that being said, once more, I'm just going to bug you with this one more time. Please like this video, share this video, and if you're new here, don't be afraid to hit that subscribe button and then hit that bell icon to all. I will tell you now, every week, I got some fire lined up for you guys to listen to or to watch. Alright? So always come back and we'll have a real good time every time. So with that being said, people, I just want to say to you guys, focus on getting that money, all right? There's nothing better than having some money in your pocket, so please, if you got a good job, if you're out there hustling, you're an entrepreneur, get that money, all right? And also, mind your own damn business, all right? Mind your business, stay out of people's business, and you'll be better in the long run. And make sure, drink some water, all right? Keep yourself hydrated. You know what I'm saying? Water's good for the body, especially mineral water. So get yourself some water in your system. And lastly, make sure you do your own research. This has been another episode of Marcus Speaks Live. I'm your host, Marcus. And with that being said, people, I thank y'all for watching, and peace out.